A very good day to you and welcome to Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. My name is Jedel Kabiru. It's always a pleasure, it's always a joy, it's always a privilege to have you joining us here for conversations. Conversations which I do hope will help our political leaders in making better policy and political decisions. These conversations, of course, come to you very simply, truthfully, and unbiased with Herman Manyora, the hard hitter. How are you doing today, sir?
Great.
It's crazy, you're always on your phone, and I think now we need to have some discipline in the studio.
There you go, yes.
How are you doing?
Fine, fine.
Long time no see.
If I were told you, I would have thrown it away.
Shenzi kabisa.
Shenzi.
What is happening in the country right now is a conversation about unity. It seems the narrative is changing from hustler to unifying the nation,
Yes.
seemingly targeting Ruto-Gachagua, Deputy President of this republic. He's still pushing for the same thing. Mount Kenya should be united under him. Says 1 man, 1 shilling, 1 vote should be implemented for Mount Kenya. Are we targeting Ruto-Gachagua when you listen to the government side talking about unity? Do you think that is the case?
Many people have been talking about Gachagua. I have been interviewed endless times by media, local, international, about this thing.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something now. Gachagua must be enjoying every bit of this. He has replaced Raila. You know, news was about Raila for many years.
Yeah.
If papers didn't have a Raila story, they were not selling. And now it's Gachagua. He must be enjoying it.
And they're selling.
If I were Gachagua, I would just be watching every day and enjoying. You switch on the TV, it's Gachagua. You open a newspaper. International media, local is about Gachagua. He must be enjoying it. He has replaced Raila now in terms of being the main man of the news. Whether he's being targeted or not, these are difficult things to solve. You know.
How so?
You see in politics, you can never understand. When you see people jumping up, of course, when a toad jumps up in broad daylight, like we are told by some of these guys who know, who have ancient wisdom, it can't be for nothing. If a tortoise is found on the table, they say someone must have put it there.
It can't go up.
It can't go up. It can't climb on the table.
So what is
all
happening
this noise
now?
being made and hitting at Gachagua, people suspect it must be coming from high up. And recently, the president spoke, I think it's in Western Kenya, I think Bungoma or whatever.
Yeah.
What he said seemed to be interpreted to mean he was attacking Gachagua.
Gachagua speaking
So
Kikuyu
if he has
says...
gone that high now, at the level of the president now, indirectly, of course, talking about Gachagua. And Gachagua directly, and going into Gikuyu, you know Kikuyu,
Yes.
what was he saying?
He's telling us that we are looking at darkness ahead.
Darkness ahead.
And the president says pastors, preachers to pray so that we don't get into that darkness.
So they are now at each other. It's not good for the country, no? No, this is a young democracy that requires each one of us to be on board and to lend our hand to what is going on, to build the nation. We need example from the top. The experience we had with Kibaki and Raila at the times when they were not working together, we should always remind us that a country cannot move forward when the leadership is divided and fighting among themselves. What we saw between Uhuru and Ruto should also be a constant reminder that a lot of benefits may be set aside, if not lost completely, if the deputy and the president go at each other. It has never worked anywhere in the world. Yeah.
Why the change now? Because the president was so certain when he was campaigning that he will not mistreat the deputy president.
That's where
the conversation also is about the deputy president being denied choppers again to Bungoma once again.
And I saw somebody's son being given.
Yes.
Some son of some president, some of these small, inconsequential countries.
Is he getting mistreated the way Ruto was getting mistreated? And why the change now? It's just 2 years
it's not a question of being mistreated. I don't think anybody was. Ruto was never mistreated. No.
Even when Mutai was talking about toilets, he cannot go to a certain toilet.
Even Raila talked about carpet and toilet. You see, it's just a question of people understanding who you are, what the boss is, who is the boss. You see, there's this misconception in 2013 we are making when we go into power, that Ruto and Uhuru are equals. It's a kind of shared government, sort of co-presidents.
Yeah.
It's that kind of nonsense that is causing rifts between governors and their deputies. There can be nothing like co-president. No. There's nothing like co-governor. You are the deputy governor and you are deputy president. Once people understand that, it's simple. So it is the president who then makes it appear like he wants to share his power. That's what Uhuru did. Same ties, same shirts. That's kind of stupidity. You know, I have to call it stupidity. Yeah, you are the president for heaven's sake. Ruto is not the president. You are a president, Uhuru Kenyatta. You sworn to run the government. You are not doing it with Ruto. Ruto is your assistant. So now you can see what it leads to. Now, throughout the campaign, the impression Ruto was creating was that he will be very cautious with his deputy. Deputy is going to be your assistant, not your co-president.
But he listened to Nyeri governor saying we voted for Rigathi-Gachagua.
Yes.
They cannot mistreat him.
Yes, nobody should mistreat.
We voted for the two of them.
Nobody should mistreat anybody. Ruto cannot be allowed to mistreat. He should not even be allowed. And he will not be allowed. Neither will he succeed in mistreating Gachagua. But is he really mistreating him? Or Gachagua is lost it?
Do you think
we have to tell these people.
Do you think it has gone above his
No!
head? Do you think
Nobody
power has blinded
I'm saying,
Gachagua?
not Gachagua, not Ruto, but I'm just telling Kenyans, there is nothing like co-presidency. There's only one president at a time. The deputies are mere assistant. And the deputy must know that. And the president must know the president being deputy being assistant doesn't mean that is his boy, houseboy, no. And the deputy must know that the boss is the president.
Okay.
Once everybody knows that, everything falls in place.
So talk to me about...
But now when you begin, you know, you see Gachagua made a mistake. But it's because of the timing. While small people like Mudavadi and Wetangula were coming with conditions, including King who brought nothing, and Alfred Mutua who brought zero. They came with the conditions to Kenya Kwanza. But Gachagua just entered with his people. Just entered.
But was it
no condition? They should have made it absolutely clear that you are going to be the president. We are supporting you. But these are our demands. These are our bare minimum.
But you see, the others came with parties. That's why they had to come with conditions. Gachagua was in UDA already.
It doesn't matter. They could have come with a party or within UDA, but claim a stake within that UDA. Look, even the most powerful position after the president is not the deputy in the party. It's always the secretary general. Yeah. They should be the ones having it. Yeah. But now, it is getting too late for that to happen, and Ruto is consolidating his power so that when such demands are met, he doesn't really have to listen to them. Because he has Raila, he has Mudavadi, he has one or other people, blah, blah, blah. In that arithmetics, he can ignore the Mount Kenya people. Of course, I've said it is suicidal. So
you said the deputy president is the assistant.
Yes.
For us to fix this issue, does this mean Gachagua should play to Ruto's tune of unity and stop this Mount Kenya one man, one shilling conversation?
Nothing stops Gachagua from mobilizing his region. Because being their leader, how would Gachagua then say he's the leader of the mountain when the mountain is being shortchanged? It wouldn't make sense. And there's no contradiction about Mudavadi consolidating Western while helping Ruto to run the country. There's no contradiction. There is absolutely none. So Gachagua can consolidate the mountain to ensure people do not exploit the mountain, to ensure there's development around the mountain, which will be achieved if the leaders speak with one voice, while at the same time helping the president to achieve the larger national agenda. There's nothing, no contradiction.
So do you think it's okay for Gachagua to go ahead and speak to Mount Kenya, despite the president not wanting this conversation about talking about the community?
Nobody should want or not want. It's not a question of anybody wanting. There's nothing. Ruto does not have to want. He has no role in it. When Gachagua is speaking to his people, so next time he will also want to know what Gachagua is telling his family in the evening. No, it's not. The president has no role in what Gachagua does with his home or with his people. So long as it's not subversive, so long as it's not subverting anything, so long as what he's doing is not jeopardizing nationhood. Ruto himself speaks with these people. Who supervises him when he's speaking with these people?
tell me this. Are we shifting the conversation from hustler nation to a unifying nation? Is this going to be the conversation in 2027 where we are dividing we are getting votes based on the unity of the country? You can get votes from any part of the country. Will this happen in 2027? Because this is something that is building up.
It is still far. It is still far. We are still far from voting as people who vote around ideas, as opposed to be around the people and around the tribe. These ethnicities will still run for some little while, very unfortunately, though. So, basically, I don't see what's going on. There's just nothing. We are just... But you know the problem is, because the questions are too difficult to understand, and there are no answers. How can Ruto so soon, after committing himself never to mistreat his deputy, how would he be doing it? If people are saying it's meat, how? And what is on the ground and what the two of them are saying seems to show that there is some kind of problem.
Yes.
And so soon, at least Uhuru and Ruto stayed for 5 years,
yes.
one term. This is too soon.
So
and what would Ruto gain by antagonizing Gachagua? I asked this question. So, to the extent that there are no answers, an answer must be found. And I'm beginning to wonder, could this be stage managed?
Ruben Kagame was saying that we're getting diverted from finance
bill. It is possible we are being diverted.
But we'll still feel the finance bill. It is possible
we are being diverted. It's quite possible.
I don't think that is far-fetched because finance bill, people will still talk about it.
No, it is possible. It is possible it is being stage managed. It's quite possible. Because there are no answers. Tell me what Ruto can gain by attacking Gachagua. He has everything to lose, not to gain. Tell me what Gachagua will gain by antagonizing Ruto. Almost nothing. He has everything to lose. None of them can gain anything by attacking each other. So you must ask yourself, then what is there? Why are the dogs attacking each other? Why are there dog fights? There's something going on. And what is going on, I suspect now, it could be these people could be playing us. Up to now, Jad, as we sit here, I can't speak with certainty about Uhuru and Raila and Ruto.
That is what I was going to mention.
I can't speak with nobody can. Nobody can. Was Uhuru playing Raila? Was it a whole con game? Even me, I can't answer that question. How many people can answer it? I'm not saying I'm very important or very intelligent, but at least I'm in this space. Yeah. You can't be talking about this country and you leave me outside. I must come inside.
Yes.
When you're talking about Kenya, okay?
Yeah.
Can people talk about this country and I'm outside? I'll have to be invited inside. So if I don't know and I can't answer that question, I may not be as crude as some of these MPs who say Uhuru was playing Raila, but I must be honest with myself. There are some question marks. So even in this one, there are question marks.
Finally, maybe
unless they tell us. But you know, since it is too early and we are speaking for this country, if it is indeed it is true, they should just tell us and we'll advise them to go each. And I think I had somebody say, I don't know who it was, and I want to support that person. I think it was Cape Coral, DK. He said, we have to go back to the old system. Let the president have his vice president and fire him when he wants. Tumechoka na hii vitu ya watu. Yeah, tumechoka. You have your vice president, fire him when you want. I could even support that now. Because if this is true, then we shall never have a working government.
Factions everywhere.
Yeah, what for? Governors have problems. Counties are not moving sometimes. Because the deputy governor is sponsoring people to fight the governor in court. Every time, court. Ukichunguza, the deputy governor ndio wako behind it. Ama namna gani? Ako na section of MCS.
Yeah.
Yet he's a deputy governor. He's not a co-governor. And therefore, if Ruto and Gachagua have gotten to a point where they feel they can't work together, in the interest of this country, let them just tell us. We shall ask Gachagua to be he's a man of what?
A truthful man.
A truthful man. We shall ask the son of Mama, you are a truthful man. Tell us, is it true you and Ruto are not seeing eye to eye? The moment it says us yes, and because he's a truthful man.
Man,
yeah. And he's a truthful man.
Yeah.
And he's a son of Mau.
Yeah.
So he calls it man like Moe.
Yes.
Even more than man.
He's a truthful man.
So the truthful man who is the son of Mau Mau, once he tells us truthfully that there's a problem between him, we shall advise him to leave government so that the government may function.
Is it something?
And then he can go ahead and start his campaign to succeed Ruto. And I've always said he has a very good chance.
You started by talking about Gachagua now replacing Raila. Do you think he's there yet, a national figure?
In terms of news,
Yeah.
is there any news outlet that doesn't mention Gachagua? Have you seen any in the last 1 month? Open your newspapers, Gachagua. Gachagua.
But what does it take to get to the level of Raila?
Raila is a spirit, you know. You have to go through a lot of stages to become a spirit. It's not easy. Gachagua is not a normal man.
Thank you.
Raila is in another world. He has disappointed many people, I included. But the truth is, he's not your ordinary man.
Do you have question marks when it comes to this conversation about Rigathi Gachagua's trip with President William Ruto? If you do, leave a comment down below. Tell us what you think is happening. Share this conversation with as many people as possible so that we reach this country, we reach Rigathi, we reach President Ruto. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a lovely rest of your day.